days ago, I was with my family. In my home. Now you tell me all is lost. Tell no one who I am. That's the way to survive. Well, I don't want to survive. I want to live.
He was a free man, born in Saratoga, New York, and he had a family. He was a musician, lived a pretty middle-class life, and then was abducted, kidnapped, drugged, sold into slavery in the South, into Louisiana, where he spent the next 12 years trying to get back to his family. I mean, it's really an extraordinary story.
For the film, I had an idea of a free man who gets dragged into slavery, an American, African-American, and that's when I got stuck. And then my wife, who's a historian, said to me, why don't you look into true accounts of slavery? And that was an idea. We both looked into, both did our research, and she came out with this book called 12 Years a Slave. And when I finished the book, I was very upset and angry with myself because I didn't know the book. And of course it would have gone amazingly, obviously it matched my idea. But then I realized no one I knew the book, and that's when I sort of had to make this film into had to make this book into a film. It became my passion. But the question for me also, because I live in Amsterdam, why do I know Anne Frank, but I didn't know Solomon Northup? It was one of those questions.
That's it. Do not look in his direction. Continue on.
That's it. Found him, Master. Brought her back just as instructed.
What'd you just now tell her? What'd you say to Bets?
No words were spoken, none of consequence.
You're a liar. You damn liar.
When I read the book, that was my experience of it, that I was reading it and then suddenly I slipped down the rabbit hole and I was kind of right there with him. And I felt that Steve was the kind of filmmaker who can really create that for an audience and bring in all the other elements. Where Solomon was in Louisiana. And the thing about Louisiana, as soon as we got there, what you recognize first of all is that it's an extraordinarily beautiful place. And even though these horrific things are happening there, you're still struck by the bayou and the woodland areas and just the plantations themselves are just extraordinary. And so Steve, again, is somebody who has that real eye for beauty, for the aesthetic, and with his cinematographers, Sean Bobbitt, can really sort of work together to create some of those elements.
I think, it's just a case of getting the right people around you, getting the crew that you need, the best crew, and them laying the foundations for the actors and other people to come on board to make it into something sort of special. That's all, it's getting the right people.
I stink so much I make myself gag. 500 pounds of cotton, day in, day out, more than any man here. And for that I will be clean. That's all I ask. This here, what I went to Charles for.
All I hope is that they think about the film, will leave them for more than 5 minutes, hopefully. That's as much as a filmmaker that could ever ask. That people go out and wonder and ponder, and that, yes, that you could actually offer them information that maybe they didn't know.
I think by the end of it, I think we will just have a reflection on what human respect is.
I will survive. I will not fall into despair. I will keep myself hardy till freedom is opportune.